Okay, so the download is complete. So it's a very small file. It shouldn't take very long. So I'm going to open up my download directory, and as we can see, it's downloaded an EEE file. Now actually this is an EXE, but it was renamed to stop your virus scanners and Windows Defender or whatever you have from going crazy from downloading an EXE. So I'm going to change that to EXE. Yes. Okay, now I'm going to run this file. Now when I run it, I get a dialog box coming up, which my screen recording software cannot really pick up properly. So you will see a blank screen just for a brief couple of seconds, so don't worry, everything's still fine. It'll just come up with a dialog box for me asking to confirm something. So don't worry about that. So I'm going to install it now. Now you must install it as administrator. So right click the file name and choose run as administrator. Okay, here's that dialog box. You probably see a black screen. I'm just going to click on yes. Okay, the screen should be back to normal. Okay, I've already downloaded this in the past, so that's why it's giving me this dialog box here. So just rewrite everything. We get a load of files being installed, and we end up with this instruction text file. Now I'm quite interested in that DOS-based set of information that just whizzed past us. This actually tells you a lot of the files which are copied into your computer. Now I've actually made a copy of this beforehand in a text file. So these are the actual files that are downloaded on or installed onto the computer. We have some Windows system files, a dynamic link library and a TLB. I'm not too sure what that is. It could be assembly language, I'm not entirely sure. Now here's the kind of thing that we'll be using, the Arduino sketches. It's put 2 sketches on our computer, and it's put it inside the normal Arduino directory where your sketches normally are. Of course, this is assuming you already have the Arduino IDE installed. And it's made this subfolder, Arduino Excel 21, and it's put 2 sketch files in. Sketch files are shown with a .ino extension. So there's this one here, and there's one with the word basic in it. So this will probably be the first one that we open. So 2 sketches there. It's also installed some IDE files in the Arduino libraries folder. It's made it's made a directory called RXL, and inside that directory there's 3 files. There's a header file, so we can use include statements on our Arduino IDE sketches, and there's a C++ file, and there's some keywords. These are all linked to the IDE. Maybe we can have a look at them later. And also, what was copied onto your computer is a spreadsheet, or a workbook containing worksheets, I should say, the modern terminology for this. Please excuse me if I keep on calling it a spreadsheet. Okay, it's dumped this, well, it's made a directory called Arduino Excel, and inside that directory there's a spreadsheet, XLS, Excel spreadsheet. So those are the files that MS-DOS dialog box kind of gave you. You can read this in more detail if you really want to. So the text file that it ended up with contains basic instructions on how to use the program and some various steps that you need to take. So for example, in the Arduino IDE, if you had it open already, you must restart it. So close the old window, open up a new one. There's some specific information here about particular Arduino boards, baud rate information. These can be changed actually in the Arduino sketches. And here's some information for Excel. Okay, it tells you to open a file. There's a message here about macros. You need to allow macro execution, and tells you how to do that here. I'm going to use Visual Basic for applications in Excel, so we can modify the code, make it more powerful for us. So we need to enable macros and enable VBA, Visual Basic. So this tells us how to get up a control window when we're in Excel. And Roberto says he just hasn't checked everything. So here's his email if you need to contact him. He's very, very helpful, very kind to provide the software to us free of charge. Thank you, Roberto. So, okay, I'm going to close this window now.